We are going to see the topic is integral calculus. Before we are going to see the topic integral calculus, we should know what is integration. So integration is the calculation of an integral. Integrals in maths are used to find many useful quantities such as areas, volumes, displacement, etc. So normally when we speak about integrals, it is related to usually definite integrals. The indefinite integrals are used for antiderivatives. Next, we will see the definition of integration. The integration denotes the summation of discrete data. The integral is calculated to find the functions which will describe the area, displacement, volume that occurs due to collection of small data which cannot be measured singularly. The concept of integration has developed to solve the following types of problems. First one, to find the problem function when its derivatives are given. Second one, to find the area bounded by the graph of a function under certain constraint. These two problems leads to the development of the concept called integral calculus. We know that differentiation is the process of finding the derivative of the functions, and integration is the process of finding the antiderivative of a function. So these processes are inverse of each other. So we can say that integration is the inverse process of differentiation or vice versa. The integration is also called the anti-differentiation. So in mathematics, we have two types of integrals. First one, definite integral. Next one, indefinite integrals. First, we will see the definite integrals. An integral that contains the upper and lower limits, then it is a definite integral. Definite integral general format is integral a to b f of x into dx. Next, we will see indefinite integral. Indefinite integrals are used or defined without upper and lower limits. The general format of integration is integral f of x into dx equal to capital F of x plus c, where c is a constant. The function f of x is called the integrand. Today we are going to discuss about area. In particular, we are going to find the area underneath a curve. In this case, the curve is given by the equation y equal to x squared. We are trying to find the area near to the curve from x equal to 0 to x equal to 4. First, we have to draw the curve y equal to x squared. The horizontal one is called x-axis. The vertical one is called y-axis. So drawing y equal to x squared, let you easily, it is a parabola open upward. This is the curve y equal to x squared. We are trying to find the area underneath the curve from x equal to 0, which is right here. Here x equal to 4. If we draw a line from the curve down to x equal to 4, this is the area we are looking for. Alright, how do we find that area? Well, we take integral of that equation. So, we take integral x squared into dx. We place the limits x from 0 to x equal to 4. So, first we have to integrate the function x squared with respect to x. So, integration of x squared with respect to x is nothing x power 3 divided by 3 between the limits x equal to 0 to x equal to 4. First we have to apply the upper limit and then we have to apply the lower limit. First the upper limit value is 4, so we get 4 power 3 divided by 3 minus lower limit value is 0, so 0 power 3 divided by 3. So 4 power 3 is 64 divided by 3 minus 0 power 3 value is 0. 0 divided by any number is 0. So therefore the area is 64 divided by 3 square units. Next, we are solving the problems in multiple integrals. Finding area bounded by two curves. Here we observe the given problem is find the area between two parabola is y squared equal to 4ax and x squared equal to 4ay. How to solve this type of problems? First we will see the formula for finding area. We have to find the limits of the given curve. Based on the region, we need to find out the limits. I am drawing the given curve y squared equal to 4ax. Here x-axis, here y-axis. First I am going to draw the curve y squared equal to 4ax, which is symmetric about x-axis. This is the curve y squared equal to 4ax. Next we will draw the curve x squared equal to 4ay, which is symmetric about y-axis. Now we are need to find out the area which is bounded by this region. In this region, we need to find the limits. Before we are going to find the limits, we have to find the point of intersection. The lower curve is x squared equal to 4ay. From this x squared equal to 4ay, we get y equal to x squared divided by 4a. The upper one is y squared equal to 4ax. From this y squared equal to 4ax, we get y equal to 2 into square root of ax. Here, the given parabola is, first one is y squared equal to 4ax. Second one is x squared equal to 4ay. Solving these two equations, we get point of intersection, that is 0, 0 and 4a, 4a. Here the points 0, 0 in graph. Here 4a, 4a. Here x is bounded by the region x equal to 0 to x equal to 4a. Now I'm going to find the strip value which is parallel to y-axis. Starting value of the strips which is lower curve. So y varies from the lower curve y equal to x squared divided by 4a to upper curve y equal to 2 into square root of ax. Now we are applying the formula for area. Area equal to double integral dy dx. This is path integral and this one is strip integrable. First I am going to apply the limit of the path integral. Here the path integral x varies from 0 to 4a and the strip integral y varies from x squared divided by 4a to 2 into square root of ax. Now I am going to integrate with respect to y. So the path integral 0 to 4a into dx is here. Integration of dy is y between the limits x squared divided by 4a to 2 into square root of ax. First I am going to apply the upper limit value. So we get 2 into square root of ax and then lower limit value x squared divided by 4a into dx. Next I am going to integrate the function 2 into square root of ax minus x squared by 4a with respect to x. So 2 into square root of a is a constant term. Integration of root x is x power, integration of root x is x power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 minus 1 by 4a is a constant term. Integration of x squared is x cubed by 3 between the limits 0 to 4a. By applying the upper limit value, we get 32 by 3 a squared minus 16 a squared divided by 3. By applying the lower limit value, we get 0. So final answer 16 by 3 a square units.